I'm back, and today I decided that I want to talk about overthinking because that is a big thing with a lot of people who have anxiety, depression, and especially when I am in my depressive states, I always overthink everything, and usually it's most of the time, almost all the time, it's about negative things like thinking about the past and something you regret doing, or something that you have to do in the future and just what could go wrong, or like how your relationships are with other people. Like, do they even like you, or are you just a burden to them, and stuff like that. Like, do you even have connections with other people? And I think that's a big thing just in general with everybody, at least a little bit. You think about it, but the thing is, when you are depressed or whatever, that's all you can think about, and it kind of like overtakes you and your emotions. And I want to talk about some methods for getting rid of some of that negative thoughts. And I actually did this outpatient kind of treatment sort of thing. I learned a lot of like CBT skills, like cognitive behavioral therapy stuff. And I think it was helpful for the most part. I honestly don't think I thought about it much after, but I definitely, like, at the time thought that I could use some of the skills, and I think I kind of integrated them into life, even though I wasn't consciously thinking about it. So one of the main things that they talked about was positive self-talk. So when you're like thinking about yourself and like being embarrassed or regretting stuff or thinking you're like not good at things, that's negative self-talk, and that affects your mood in a lot of different ways. It just makes you feel more down, of course, and like it's hard to get out of that like downward spiral when you're just thinking about that all the time. So what, like, positive self-talk is more like, even though this is hard, I know that I can get through it if at least I try, and stuff like that. So instead of saying, oh, I can't do this, I'm so bad at it, I will fail and whatever, just saying that to yourself instead, and it kind of like lifts your, I guess, confidence, and it helps you move forward instead of just worrying about it and not getting it done. Another thing is, like, if somebody isn't talking to you anymore, you don't have to immediately think, oh, they don't like me, they don't want me, I was a burden. Like, you can just think about it and be like, what really happened? Did you actually like just grow apart, or you guys not have similarities anymore? It doesn't always have to be something personal or specifically about you and what you did wrong. So that's positive self-talk. There's also just doing the opposite of what you really want to do, or like an urge. So let's say you really have the urge to stay inside and just lay in bed because you don't feel like getting up and doing anything. Well, they said that, of course, that won't help you. They said if you have the urge to do that, just to do the opposite. Get up and do something and go outside, maybe even for a little bit. And it'll help you with your mood, and just staying inside and keeping yourself shut in like you felt like doing will kind of like encourage those negative feelings to come back. So you don't want that, of course. And so that's a big thing too. Or like if you drug problem and if you have the urge to go and get high or whatever, like doing the opposite, kind of like maybe call a friend instead and hang out with them instead of going out alone and doing things that will be unhealthy for you. Or if you feel like not eating and like you haven't eaten in a while, of course, just like go and maybe eat something small. So stuff like that. Another thing is self-soothing. So that's just like doing things that are relaxing, like taking a shower or a bath and listening to music, or like even stuff like petting your dog or cat or whatever pet you have. Some people were talking about touching a soft pillow. Like, those things help, like relax the emotions and kind of clear your head. And those are the big things. There was also radical acceptance. That was a big thing. Like, accepting where you are right now and that you can't like drastically change anything. You are where you are, and you can help yourself for the future. and kind of get there, but you have to accept where you are first. And I think that's a big thing. Like for me, it took me a long time to even accept that I was, you know, having trouble and I needed help. It was just like I wanted to be like everyone else and I felt like I wasn't there. So this radical acceptance thing, like having it, definitely helped me kind of move forward and just have a more positive perception of myself, and definitely helped me with other things in my life, like talking to other people or just doing what I needed to do to get where I wanted to go. So I would suggest accept where you are in life right now and move forward. And I guess that's it for today. It's kind of a short video, but that's what you guys can do to help yourself in the future and think less about things that worry you and overthink less, and just in general help your mind move in the right direction. So that's it for today, and I will be back with more videos soon.